Hmm. So today I'm holding space for the radical relating study group. And it's funny because I feel somehow I feel ease because it's just us here. It's not a whole big group. It's not all this big shoes to fill. And I also notice at the same time, I do feel the sense of shoes to fill, of this kind of energetic intention that is alive. And not even just from Jeffrey, who took a stand to hold this space, but he took this stand to hold this space and while the Building Love That Lasts study group was on a break. And so it's like there's still these kind of like energetic imprints that I'm experiencing of, don't drop the space. There's something here that means something just because it's a declared space, just because it is so. And I feel joy about this. The energetic container is palpable, like that it is something, even though I don't know, parts are missing, but yet they still remain. And so I have this sense of that I want to honor the preciousness of this space. And yeah, I'm checking what's alive. I didn't come prepared. I didn't come to be prepared to radically relate, just to let it unfold in real time.
Yeah, I just want to, yeah, just speak to that. I feel the energetic container here, and yeah, there's a touching in my heart of like, just so much gratitude for just the what has been lived in this space and how it's impacted me and how it's invited me into something more and wanting to continue. Yeah, like this, I really want to continue to step in more, and there's Kian, great. Like, yeah. Uh, feel- yeah, feel joy. And so, and what's alive for me, and hi Kian, welcome, um, is um I just feel this great necessity to bring my clarity more into my life, and just really this desire to permission and allow the clarity to come out and be spoken and be clear. Clarity, be clear, obviously clarity is clear, but like be precise, like there's a precision. And I'm right now, I'm currently taking a stand with my parents. They're I lived with them. Well, during COVID, I lived with them for about a year and a half for the first time in 15 years. And then I was just earlier this year living with them for a few weeks and just witnessing just a swamp, just a giant swamp. And I had learned in the past how to just sort of numb myself and sort of uh, avoid it and not bring my clarity. Or there would be moments I would bring clarity, but there would be just a lot of just sort of kind of go this sort of next step in my evolution. Instead of sort of taking responsibility for their shit, I'm just like completely not taking any responsibility, or just like going away and just avoiding it completely. And there's some part of me that's like wanting to find like where is there's this place where I'm taking too much responsibility. No, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel right. Like I'm playing into this drama, this low drama. No, that doesn't feel good. And then there's some other place where I'm just completely avoiding it and completely detached from it and not feeling it and not bringing any of my clarity. And now I'm in this space where I'm just saying, especially to my mom, I'm saying what I'm seeing with her. And I feel fear because I'm afraid that it's, yeah, yeah, I'm afraid that I'm attached to like how she'll receive it. And I'm afraid that she won't be able to hear it. She won't get it. Or no, I'm mostly afraid that I won't be able to be like clear enough, or something judgment about my clarity and about my ability to be clear, my ability to be precise. Yeah, and that's what I'm bringing in, and I feel sadness in just like being in the space where it's like I don't know what's gonna happen here. I just know that what I've been doing isn't who I want to be. Like how I'm showing up in my family is not like the person who's holding a sword. Like, and I'm acknowledging that, and I want to be different, and yeah, and I'm afraid of fucking it up. I'm afraid of fucking up. I'm afraid of, yeah. It's like it's this emotional fear of like my sword being like cutting in a way that's hurtful rather than like precise and like with a purpose, with like a clear motivation and like a purpose of love. That's because that is my purpose is love with my parents. Like I love them, and like I wouldn't say this if I didn't love them. Like I wouldn't tell them what I'm seeing if I didn't really truly love them. My mom is swimming in depression like all the time, and I wouldn't stand I wouldn't share this if I didn't truly fucking give it care.
I feel fear when you say this last sentence,
Mhm.
because you can say this for many other reasons than care. Just as a, yeah, it just as a possibility to be aware of.
I don't understand. Will you share more about that?
So when you say I'm wanting to use my sword because I care, and it's like you're trying to convince yourself, this is my fear that you're doing that, instead of actually looking. Maybe you're not saying it because you care, but for another reason,
Hmm. Hmm.
because you don't want to have to deal with it. Like there are other reasons, because you don't want to have to feel your pain about how she is. Could be all kinds of reasons that
Mhm.
are not particular caring about her.
Mhm. Can you share more about how I can use that awareness? Like so when I said care, it like so you're saying it sounds like there's a way in which I said it that indicated to you, Kian, that there's other motivations that I'm not considering, I'm not owning for myself.
Yes.
Like there's like the gremlin strategies here that I'm not owning, that you feel when I say that.
Yes. So
Okay.
I would propose to you to, instead of trying to convince yourself of why you're doing stuff, consider all the variables and put all of them on the table. Instead of
Yeah.
being afraid of using your sword with your gremlin, make it conscious what your gremlin is doing with your sword
Yeah.
and put it on the table and say what you're doing.
Yeah. So like with my mom per se, just like actually put that on the table, or just like put it on the table for myself and just like notice that.
Maybe it depends on your space with your mother,
Yeah.
but I did this. I actually love the conversation because I just had a call with my mother So I'm just like, yeah, I'm in the right space. But I started saying all the things that I did to my mother to not be with her. I told her and I said, I feel sad. I cried actually with her about it. And I put it on the table and I really said, I'm sorry for this. How I fought you for all these years.
And I have something else about it, which is whether you put it on the table with her or not, it's about being real with where you are and where you're not, and you're not living in some fantasy about your clarity. It's actually muddling your clarity and making it muddy.
Yeah.
And you're just simply like, I want to use my clarity because whatever your reason is, whatever part it is. And then actually you can be with that instead of living in some fantasy about how you want to be with your mom, and then you can actually be with your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or and have to, how you should be instead of having how you should be.
Yeah.
And this is actually a fear I noticed that I have being in this space when we were alone, Axios. I was scared that there's a part of my gremlin that loves to just be up in my head and could philosophize and speak all the words and go say so many things mentally that it becomes unclear. And I sense there's a part that I experience that in you, and that it like brings some part of that out in me.
Mm.
And 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 I invite you, instead of trying to you know, I think this may assist in dropping down into your body and clear out some of the mental activity of the shoulds and the fantasies and just kind of this maze of mental scaffolding of how you should be with your mom, and more just like being with what is, and just the next thing right in front of you and the next thing right in front of you, and more simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel a sadness now, like I've sunk more into my heart here and just like feel there's there's this longing in me to really connect with her and really like enjoy my time with her. And I feel sad that if I'm being honest, I have not been enjoying my time with her. Like she's such a beautiful, huge part of my life, so supportive, just a shining piece of my life. And I feel so sad that there's been like this like like a so yeah.
What is it? Can you
Uh,
share? What is that?
yeah, it's this irritation, this irritation and anger being around her. It's all I see is not a human anymore. It's just someone who's just sharing stories after story and ideas after ideas and concept after concept, and I just can't relate to it. I I fucking can't relate. And
Yeah.
and I'm scared because I don't know what to fucking do about it. And I'm scared because I feel like I'm losing her to some fucking cult, like some fucking conspiracy cult, like or just fucking media. I'm losing her to fucking technology. I'm losing her to society. I'm fucking losing her, and it scares me, and I feel really fucking sad about that. And
Mhm.
yeah, and there's a part of me that's desperate do to do something about it. Like there's a part of me that wants to save her from that. Yeah, yeah, that's a gremlin, like wanting to save her.
It was interesting when when you're saying you were scared that you were losing her to some cult. And at first, I thought you were talking about yourself for a second, like because you were going with possibility management and
Oh,
doing all this alternative, kind of work. And then she's, you're losing her because of the work you're doing. And then I was quickly brought back to no, it's, the media and technology and society. And I could see I'm feeling some joy because I could see so clearly both sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
How it's like you're losing her to all these things that you don't want, that you don't care about, that you don't identify with, and that it's just so clear how separation happens because it's, you and what you know is right versus what she knows is right. And I feel your pain. I also feel your pain. This is one of the hardest skills for me is to and I've asked this question to a million people of how do I have a between the box conversation with someone really like, and I've tried the practice and it's so hard where I'm not trying to convince them to get into my box and I'm not adapting myself to be in their box.
No.
Like, how do I be with someone in the middle of that? Like, my impulse is we could try it out now somehow and practice that, and it scares the shit out of me because I
Mm.
really it's like a really I find it so challenging. I don't really I get lost in this. Do you want to try it?
Yes.
I want Axios at least to try it.
Okay. Do you have a proposal, Kiana, about this, like how to set it up?
I propose that you, Axios, you speak to one of us the things that you actually want to say, and the other person gives to your mother, and the other person gives feedback.
And I also want to propose, Jacqueline, you doing the same towards me or Kian, since I felt joy hearing that you were fucking afraid with this exercise too. So
Yeah, go.
Mhm.
uh
Actually, I'm also doing the same thing. I thought I wanted to do something else, but it's actually the same thing.
Okay. You
so you also want to do this, Kian? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We're all gonna do this. Great.
when I
I'll
when I
start. Yeah.
yes, and this is Gremlin, but when I heard you say like, and you also want to do it, I was like, we got to put our hands in the group together and say, go team. We're all doing it together. Yay.
Go team!
Same.
Okay.
Okay, did that. All right, Axios, I heard you're going first, and
Okay.
Come on,
would
that was
Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would like you to be my mom, Jacqueline.
I just want to say one thing, Jacqueline, please bring your aliveness. I felt like this was aliveness. That was maybe it was conscious use of your gremlin or something, but don't, yeah, just go for it.
Great, I will do that. Thank you for the go. And what is your mother's name? Axios.
Nikki.
Nikki, okay.
Oh
And
my God, I feel vulnerable.
great. Okay, I'm gonna be Nikki. Hello, Axios. I am Nikki.
Hold on, I need a moment. Yeah. Let me come back to my center here. Mm.
And
Mom,
don't try to get your feelings away, Axios. Like your feelings are already there.
Yeah.
Just go with them.
Yeah.
I feel.
Mom, I feel sad. I feel sad. I feel sad because I've been spending time with you over the last few weeks being home and just not feeling with you. Not feeling,
But honey, you're with me. What do you mean? We're here.
Okay, I'm not-
I feel sad because I
wait,
feel,
wait, actually, what did you feel just about what she said?
there was like laughter and that I wasn't,
Yes, but what do you feel underneath that? Because yeah,
I think it was, yeah, it was fear. There's some sort of fear there. Fear of not being something like losing my center.
okay.
Thank you. Mom,
I have a proposal for you, Axis, and that is to actually make a proposal to Nikki because she's in her world and she doesn't know how to be with you really. So maybe you could start out with a proposal or a request. What do you want right now?
Mom, would you hear me? Would you take a moment to just listen to me and listen to my feelings? And because I love you so much, and I've been hiding myself. I've been hiding my feelings, and I know that the more I hide my feelings, the more I'm not being any service to our relationship. And
Yeah,
I'm
your feelings are so welcome. I want to hear everything. Go, yeah, tell me, tell me.
okay, okay. Mom, I feel fear because I'm afraid of sharing how I feel,
Ah,
how I've been feeling lately.
you don't need to feel scared. You don't need to
Mom,
feel.
I just okay, Mom, and Mom, would you just listen for a moment? I just need to share. I just need to share, and then I want to hear your response. Is it okay to just silently listen for a few moments so I can share what's on my heart here?
Yes, okay.
Mom, I've been feeling, yeah, I feel sad because I've been feeling this irritation around you. Like this way where it's felt like I'm like not wanting to be around you, and I notice that when I feel that way, I don't like that. Like I feel afraid and I feel sad that there's some way that I am like not wanting to be around you,
Honey,
and
I
I've
need
been,
to interrupt. You're telling me that you don't want to be around me. I'm your mother. I mean,
yeah.
I'm only loving and welcoming, and I'm so sad. How is it, how could you not want to be around your mother? I give you everything and I let you stay here and I cook food for you and you're telling me you don't want to be around me?
So I want to let you know why that is. Will you listen? Will you listen to what I have to say?
I am listening and I'm so confused. I don't understand.
So I'm going to share more. I would like you to listen.
But will you tell me what I'm doing wrong or what is it that needs to change or be different? I don't understand.
I'm gonna pause because like she's not quite like that. Like I just want to be more in reality because
Great.
it's not
So
that she's not that detached in the way that yeah, so I want to be able to just share my piece here. She would just let me share my piece. So okay. Um yeah. Mom, I feel this irritation and I feel it especially when you're around dad. And it I yeah, I feel afraid because I don't always know how to express this in a way that in a way that will land for you, or in a way that you could hear. And I'm afraid of saying things and them landing as painful and hurtful. And that's not my intention. Like I love you and I care about you, and I want to share this because I want to feel closer to you, and I want you to feel my heart, and I want to feel your heart. And when I'm around you, I want to really feel so much joy in being around you. But the fact is that I haven't been feeling joy, and I've been feeling this irritation. And so that's why I'm sharing this. And Mom, there's you are constantly telling me that you feel depressed and hopeless and sad. And when I hear that, and then I see you just in this place with Dad where you are, and this is where I get caught up. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Okay. Mom, I see you, I see you depressed, and then I see you with Dad, and it's just this, I see you just speaking from blame. It's just there's this constant just blame towards Dad, and then you feel hopeless, and then you feel sad, and you feel depressed, and there's
What do you feel about this?
yeah, thank you. I feel scared right now. I feel scared because I feel fear because I'm afraid that you're giving away your power, and you're just being this. I'm afraid that I have fear that you're playing this victim role. Yeah, and it's I'm afraid that you're just going to continue playing this victim role and not being conscious of what's happening and why you feel so depressed. And I know that you have this power in you. I know you have the capacity to be aware of these things and to take responsibility for your life. You took responsibility for me as a child. You cared for me. You took a stand for me. You brought your power in raising me, but I'm not seeing you doing that for yourself right now. I'm not seeing you doing that for you. And I will not, I feel anger because I will not just stand here and let you just throw your life away. I won't just like let you just stay unconsciously aware of what's happening here. You're playing this game with Dad, and it's not empowering. It's either right or wrong, win or lose, and there is no one is being served in that. You are not, like, that is, you're not happier as a result of what you're doing. And I'm not sharing this from a place of blame. I'm not blaming you here. I want you to be aware of what's happening. And yeah, and I feel fear because I don't know what to do about it. Like I don't know. All I can do right now is say like, this is what I'm seeing. I see you in blame and not taking responsibility, take any part of the responsibility here. And when you don't take any responsibility for what's happening relationally with Dad, then you're just giving away all your power. There's no way you
You're
can
repeating
change.
yourself,
Okay, I'm
Axelson.
repeating myself. All right.
So what is
Um,
there when you repeat yourself? What is
yeah, I get lost. Like, I don't know what else to say. I
you
don't.
feel
Yeah,
fear? Do you feel
yeah.
fear?
I feel fear. I don't know what else to say here. And it's like this is the end of, this is it. This is all I have.
What would you use that fear for in connection? What could be the next thing? If you feel that fear in connection, you said all this, what would it say? What could it say for creating something?
How does it feel to hear this?
Yes.
It's just more things that are not working. I don't like I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I feel stuck. No, you don't like me. Your father doesn't like me. He's creating all these problems. Now I'm a problem. Like I don't know.
I wanna pause there because I never said that I don't like you. That's not what I ever meant. So that's your story. That's not my story. And I also never said that you're a problem. That's your story. That's not my story. I care about you, and that's why I'm sharing this. And I understand that you feel stuck right now, and you don't know what to do. And I don't know what to do either, and that's scary. I feel scared in this. And what do you feel?
Feel angry at your father, like he just keeps doing the same thing, and it's just like I do what I can to make it be better or different, and he just keeps on. Just keeps creating these problems, and I like I don't even know if he loves me anymore. I don't.
Yeah, so this is so I want to pause there because that's definitely what she does. And then fuck, it's like that is this she can go off forever. I don't know what to do. I feel yeah. Well, yeah, the word hopeless. So I feel sad because I don't know what to. Okay, I'll speak to you. Like, Mom, I when I hear you say this, I just I feel so sad because it's the same story that's shared over and over, and I know it's coming from a place of pain. Like I know you feel pain about this.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
so,
this is hurt. This hurts.
yeah.
And I will you share more about what hurts?
Yeah, I mean, I've been married to your father for all these years, and, all I've done is try to be, so loving and provide and take care of everyone and take care of him. And he's so he just doesn't even care. He doesn't acknowledge me. He doesn't think I contribute anything, and he will
And
not.
what hurts about that? What hurts about that? What's
That I
painful?
that it's like I don't matter. Like I feel invisible, and no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, no matter how much I contribute, he does not acknowledge me. He does not.
How do you feel when you
Okay,
feel like you don't matter? Okay.
so something is going on. Um, like you're trying to solve it.
I'm trying to bring her to her emotions because she's still in a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe you could say that instead.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Mom, Mom, when I hear you, I'm hearing a lot of stories here, and I'm right now, I just want to be honest. I'm trying to bring you to your emotions and your feelings because I know that that is the place where you will feel most empowered, and that is the place where you have not been living, and
I
that's the place where I feel you.
Yeah, I feel sad,
You feel
and
sad.
yeah, this is just like, where the fuck is your father? Where is he? What is he up to? Why doesn't he care? Why doesn't he care?
So I also hear anger. Do you feel anger too?
I guess, I don't know, sure. Yeah, and it's there, and it does feel helpless. I feel helpless too. I feel
Mm-hmm.
helpless. Like there's nothing I can do. And no matter what I try to do differently or more of or anything, it's just, I get nothing. I get nothing. And,
Uh-huh.
and I can't do anything. I can't leave. All the money's like connected here, and I don't want to be the person who rips our family apart. So I'm just handling it and sitting in it and
Okay.
sucking it up and,
Okay,
taking care
mom,
of it.
Juan, I know I'm feeling fear because you're going really, really fast right now, and I'm I want to stay with you, but I notice you're speaking really fast and
Why are you telling
it's
me what to do? You're telling me what to do.
Mhm,
You asked me, you
yes.
wanted to have this conversation. You're saying how you're feeling, so I'm saying how I'm feeling.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing how you're feeling, and I also want to stay with you. I want to stay with you, and I notice I'm sharing this because I'm losing you. Like you're sort of you're going away. Like I'm not able to stay with you. So I'm just saying I'm sharing this because I want to stay with you, and I want to know you share there's this hopelessness, and you said that there's sadness and there's anger.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're trying to solve it again.
Okay.
So I wonder if the actual
Mm.
communication would be something like, okay, so will you do your work with that? Will you go to a therapist instead of you trying to solve this?
Let's try that. I think Jacqueline will know to go. Where to go? Okay. Put it.
Because like it's not your job to heal your mother. Like I feel
Yeah.
like, and maybe there's actually, so that could be one communication, and then there's another communication which is about your pain, and you're trying to change her, and
Yes.
you're seeing her
Ugh.
in all of that without needing her to change. And
Ugh.
somewhere you're still in this dynamic of trying to
Yeah.
change her, to like, okay, finally
Yeah,
you want to,
I'm doing, yeah, I just want to name this. I'm doing exactly what she's trying to do to my dad right now. Like she's trying to change and fix my dad. She's not okay with his pain. And like, ugh. I just want to own that. I'm doing that too. And I want to stop doing that.
and maybe you could put, but maybe you could put on the table, like you can, in some way you cannot just stop without feeling the pain of what you're doing. You need to really to be in connection with your mother maybe and say, look, right now, maybe not in real life, but this is a healing space. You could say, I don't want to be with what is going on for you, and I feel sad. I really feel sad.
Ugh. Okay.
And to actually feel it, because there's a deeper layer. I feel like on it, the feelings are bigger than you feeling.
Mom, I don't want to be with where you are right now. I don't want to be with that right now. And I feel sad to step back right now. And I feel scared. I feel scared to step back because I'm afraid of losing you. I'm afraid of, but yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sad because my truth is having me take a step back. My like my tr- my yeah, me honoring my dignity is having me take a step back, and I feel sad because it feels like I'm leaving you behind. But that's a story. That's my story that I'm leaving you behind. But
You wouldn't leave me behind. You're not gonna leave me behind. Are you gonna leave me behind?
no, that's just the story. But I feel sad that I don't want to be with you in this. I don't want to, and
Nobody cares about me. Exactly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just like your father.
yeah, and I feel I feel angry because I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game anymore. No, I'm a no to that. No, no, I have a boundary here. I love you, and love does not mean that I owe you something right now. I don't owe you anything here. I'm here.
I didn't say you owed me anything.
No, you didn't. You didn't. But there's a way that you used guilt just now. There was a guilt trip that you just made. And I feel angry when I hear that.
I have a pause, which is that I'm getting that this is not about having a box to box conversation. This is about boundary setting. And
Mm.
I and and that you could go in circles for hours with this conversation. And my sensation is that your mother is so committed to her victimhood and does not have the matrix or interest in the matrix, and also does not have the interest in exploring some other territory than where she's at. And so it's kind of like you've given her a bunch of doorways, you've shared, you've put everything on the table, and now what's your final, boundary? And then like say it, and you know have it be that this is the boundary, and then or the conversation is over. That's what I have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right on with boundaries. And I'm not sure what the boundary is right now, and okay, here it is. Mom, I'm doing this thing where I'm trying to take responsibility for you in your life. And that isn't serving anyone. That isn't, it might appear like it's doing something good, but it's not. And I have a boundary around it. And there's ways that I'm depending on you, like I'm giving away my power to you. Like I'm borrowing money from you. I'm like I'm using you. I'm using you to like I'm using you and you're also using me, and I have a boundary around that. I don't want to live this way anymore with you. It's I'm also contributing to this unhealthy dynamic we have. And I feel fear because I don't know what to do about it right now. I don't know what to do, but I know that something needs to stop. There's something that needs to stop here.
How about I will not longer be with you when you blame Dad. I will go. I will not longer listen to you. I will not longer come to visit until you take care of it. I don't know what, like, these are a few possibilities.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not.
And there's also
Yeah.
something when you said, like, I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, like, if you're gonna have this kind of conversation with her, you do need to get the clarity about what you want to
Yeah.
communicate with her, because she's not gonna bring that clarity.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the second thing is, when you said this thing about borrowing money and you're using each other, it's like, what is the real action that you're gonna take here? Like, that's gonna disentangle you. And that might not be a question for right now, but that was like the sensation of,
Yeah. Right.
like, wow, yeah, we're in it, I'm giving you money, you're hooked, like you're not going anywhere unless you can tell me there's something you're gonna change about this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling fear right now of just, yeah, just feeling this boundary. I feel like feeling me sort of detaching or like moving back. It's scary. It feels scary. Yeah. Mom, I'm no longer willing to listen to you talk about Dad in a blaming way. And I won't spend time around you and Dad if it's just gonna be blame. I'm not willing to do that. And I won't I won't I won't come back home. I won't come back home with I won't come back home if it's just this environment that yeah, I get lost here.
mean, you're not gonna come back home anymore.
Until what?
I'm not gonna come back home until I see more self-responsibility happening. I don't want to be in those types of environments. It doesn't feel good to me. It doesn't feel good to Zach. It doesn't feel good.
You're justifying yourself right now.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you mean? We
Alright.
have a home, giving you money. We like have been married for all these years. We've raised children. Like, what? How could you not come back here? How could you not come back home and say it's not good or it's not working for you? Like what?
It's not the culture I want to subscribe to anymore. It's not the way I want to raise a family. It's
Oh,
not
what is your culture? What is your culture?
taking responsibility.
Okay, yeah. So you need more sword axes. Like you're still trying to argue with her gremlin.
Yeah, she just hooks you about everything. She just is gonna hook you about every single sentence, basically.
Okay.
And so it's
So
like there needs to be a final word. Like, you know, that like this is my last offer and otherwise like this conversation's over. And it might even I have something, I don't know if it's gonna land in her, but it's something like some sort of meta conversation. Like these conversations go in circles. I can't, you know, make like I can't discover a new possibility in relating with you right now. And so this conversation is over.
and I don't know if it's gonna go like this with your mother, like how with Jacqueline, but you're willing to set this boundary is necessary. This boundary for yourself, and you're not doing it. And there's a bigger topic, like you're still in the culture of your parents.
Yeah.
You're still in the bubble of your parents. You call the place home.
Hmm.
It's not your home anymore,
Yeah.
except
Right.
at the moment it is, but it's not really. But as long as it is your home, you will still need to adapt to their culture and play their game.
Yes. Yep.
So that's a
That's right.
bigger
That's right.
process.
That's right.
I'm actually
That's right.
hearing you say that, it struck me when he said, I'm not coming home until I see a higher level responsibility. And in that sentence, it was like you were the little boy and
Yes.
and also the parent. You were doing both, like
Yes.
the small
Yes.
space, and it was like either I'm a child, I'm
Uh,
gonna throw a tantrum, or now I'm gonna try being the parent to fix it. It's like how you go.
uh, yeah. Yep.
And I feel like it's a bigger process. Like you will need like a rage process, a big
Yeah.
rage process.
Mhm.
Really set a boundary.
Yeah. Thank you both. It's really helpful.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I'm gonna snap out. I'm not Nikki anymore. Hmm.
Mhm.
I want to go next.
Okay.
You also want to go next, Jacqueline?
No,
No.
I was gonna share. I forgot that everyone's gonna go with this practice that yeah, I realize I feel a lot of not a lot. I feel fear about yeah, just being projected like this unconscious mother onto. Um, I feel fear about that. And that's it.
Because
Because that's not how I want men to relate to me. I do not want men to relate to me. I want you men to relate to me as a woman, as yeah, well, how do I want you to relate to me? I want you to relate to me as an empowered, alive woman who is, you know, not, yeah, doing what Nikki did or a mother did or how it lands in me. And I feel fear about that being projected onto me. And in, yeah, I realize there's something about, oof,
Hmm.
mm, yeah, I feel fear to say it out loud, but I go for it, which is, yeah, like either a lack of desirability or like a resentment, like a disgust, like she's just this nagging old lady. I feel scared to be seen that way, including in my relating space with Jeffrey. I feel scared that I would become something like that and become sort of like invisible. Mhm. Mm.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm. And I'm on your team if you need to practice
Yeah.
with a pretend mother. I'm available.
Yes. Is there anything else you need with this?
No, I'm glad that I said the thing about the desirability and how,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't mean necessarily like, you know, romantically or something. It's this thing really about kind of becoming some like old forgotten woman. And I think that's some part of my fear about like even having children or as I get older that like after a certain age like I'm just yeah, forgotten, scared to be forgotten somehow. And
Just wanna. You said no, but you need to say a bit more.
yeah, I did.
So is there more?
Mm, yes, there was more, and I'm checking if there's anything else about it. Mm. I feel fear to be in this space with you too, and 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 what the dynamics that are possible are. And I actually feel sad because it feels something like the dynamics that are possible are either like I'm some kind of, yeah, mother type of figure, or I'm some like desired woman, and there's, you know, has to be a conversation about sexual energy. Not that I'm experiencing that from you too. It's like I want to experience other dynamics with men who I consider
Mm.
friends, like than that, like that are intimate and close and real and yeah, ecstatic and alive with creation or possibility. And I do experience that with you, but I feel just sad that these are the baseline dynamics that I somehow like, I guess, default to.
You want
Yeah.
to have more possibilities with men in
Mhm.
your relationships with men.
Yeah, like I don't really have guy friends in my life, and I have, I mean, I consider you guys, men who are friends. Um, and I shared this once in the heart gym with Kian that you know, I feel fear to be closer with men. Like I have this kind of block that goes up because it's crazy. It's like even if like in a scenario where I was not romantically relating with a man, it's like meeting new men. These are the dynamics that are like somehow available to me. Like I don't know how to like it's like so easy with women, and I don't know how to like separate more these lines that I find very blurry between like resonance and attraction and then archetypes and making it really safe. So I make it really safe by, you know, making it, you know, I'm really motherly and wholesome. It's like I have to adopt these different identities and I can't just be with you because I
Hmm.
don't know how to navigate it and be intimate without it being a question of, is there some kind of romantic thing, or is there, I don't know, like I want to pull those apart
Hmm.
more.
Hmm.
And I feel angry that I can't create more spaciousness. Like it's like always so entangled. That and I want something else. Like yeah.
What could this be? This something else.
Oh,
That you want to be.
there's something like I don't, this is the image that is coming to me is like wearing overalls together. Like we're like working or like getting dirty, like, working on a project together and or researching together and, geeking out or having like a lot of fun or being silly or playful or going on adventures in something that's like, yeah, it's just like you're just a human in another body. Like it doesn't matter what shape it comes in or whatever. It's just you're another just being to connect with, and I hate it. I really fucking hate it that I have this contamination. It feels like a contamination that it's like I just why do these things even have to come up? Why can't it just be like I just want to be with you and without all
I
the
Mhm.
web of like feels like it's like a relationship clean out space type of process, like to be in relationship with men as just friends, whatever even that means. It's like there's all these
Hmm.
images and references and things that come up in fucking movies and whatever.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, Kian.
What about a fierce, dignified, kick-ass, uh, esteemed colleague of transformation?
I want that on a name tag. That sounds great.
Because like this overall, like this is safe and boring for me. Like putting on everybody, like what if radiant, swinging, um, force of destruction and birth of identities. I don't know, something a bit more fancy. It's not about fancy, but something a bit more dangerous, something a bit more where you dare to step out more of the niceness.
Yeah, that's part of it. And it's like, and I get scared of the dangerousness. Like I remember in college, I had a friend who was a woman and I felt like she was so dangerous in how she was with men. And I had all these judgments about how she should be and what kind of contact, especially
Hmm.
when
Hmm.
she was relating with another man, and just all of these rules and judgments about it. And I see how much she was able to have friendships with men. And I just had all of these, again, these rules and these fears of it, yeah, being
Great,
inappropriate, doing the
I
wrong
got
thing.
it, got it.
Yes.
So where you try it out, where you try out to, and to me, the sense is to bring more anger, because your anger will hold the boundaries clear.
Mm.
Your anger will hold like your sword to the throat of the man and be like, I'm not your mother, I'm not your lover, I'm here to whatever you want to create.
Yes, I will do it. That was very clear.
Cool.
It landed.
Yeah, so let's see how it goes. It's
Great.
my turn.
Okay. Who are you talking to? Thank you.
I'm um I want to also speak to my mother, even though there's something I feel like I just want to share, but maybe I could also just share it directly to my mother, because I just came out of the call with her and it was very moving. Maybe and I didn't say it to my mother. I feel like I have this open feeling about the conversation I had with her, and I want to have a space to feel that. And so Axios, will you be my mother?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you don't need to change your voice. So her name is Isabel. And I feel, hello Isabel, I feel really glad about the conversation that we just had. And I didn't show how glad I was, and I feel sad about it. And yeah, I felt fear to reveal how this conversation just touched me, because out of fear that you would think something is wrong. And yeah, I don't know also what it is actually that touched me so much about our conversation.
You sink deeper into your heart because I think you know, Kian.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know in my head, like it's in my, like I would need to figure out in my heart. Yeah, but yeah, I will do that. I felt really happy to see, like to see you like taking care of yourself. Uh,
What, what, what about that? You're happy I'm taking care of myself. Why are you sad about that?
because it's like then I go somewhere else, like because what is it? Yeah, because I uh, yeah, because I love you, and I don't know, it's like I care about you, but it's not really that. It's something like I care about you doing well, but it's still not it.
Kian, I feel you like really like there's like a contract, like a trying, like a real.
Yeah,
Can you just maybe
relax.
relax your energy a bit? Yeah.
And it's like a question of, what are you here for? Like, what are you
Like
here this conversation for?
just to express my love, or I don't know, to express.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I feel sad because I feel for a long time I really held back my love.
Yeah, go.
Ooh.
Mhm.
And today in this conversation, I felt something feels off. Like as if I'm not hitting the, like I loved speaking with you, Isabel, and I loved, like I felt we were meeting on eye to eye level. And
Is there a fear here, Kian? Is there fear?
I feel fear to not be able to communicate what I've experienced in a way that you will understand me.
And why is it important for you to communicate what you experienced?
Because I want you to take part in my world. And I actually felt like we were doing that. Like I was taking part in your world and you were in mine.
I feel really good, Kian.
I feel really happy about this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I feel warmth in my heart hearing that, Kian.
And as if like we would be tasting the fruit of like all this work that you've put in and I've put in.
Yeah.
Hmm. I feel so happy hearing this, Kian.
Yeah, I feel happy that you can receive this and be happy about it. Or that you receive it, actually, that you receive it.
Is there, I have this impulse that there's more love that you're wanting to share, but it's like there's something else there that isn't, that could be conveyed here. And I wonder if it's there.
Yeah. I'm I'm I wanted to say and then I didn't say it, but I wanted to say I'm really proud of you, of how you what you do with your life. It feels like a dad thing to say. I feel fear that it's a dad thing, but I feel this gladness. So I feel so glad. I don't know, it feels
Yeah,
awkward.
yeah. There's something that you kind of, you came out of, you were there and something, then you came out of it. Like there was,
Okay, yeah.
I have something else. I have something else, which is I was right when Axios mentioned something, it was something about how meaningful or important this relationship is to you, to have this connection. It was something, I was getting something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, God, I don't know how to put this in words. I'm doing all this work, and on some level, what I'm getting is, and what I'm learning in this work is, like, maybe you will never experience what you wish for with your parents. But I feel at the moment that I'm experiencing it with you.
hmm,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, Oh, Kian. Oh. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Could ask for a more beautiful son. Cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel this thankfulness. I feel just thank you for doing your part in this. Yeah. Ooh.
Thank you, Kian. I feel sad that your mother wasn't here for this. Will you have this kind of conversation with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna grab a light real quick. Be right back.
Hmm. I'm glad for the two of you.
Mhm.
Now I'm checking if I have if I'm practicing with my mom today to be on theme. Who do I want to have a box conversation with?
Not box to box. Outside the box.
Outside the box, thank you. Being to being non-box conversation. It always comes back to my dad, honestly. It's what I get. And part of me is like,
Oh.
sort of why bother? Like, why bother? Like, I love him and we have a functioning relationship. I feel very blessed. And at the same time, there's just so much box. And yeah, I'm sort of at a point where it's like, I don't want to try to fix him or change him or do that anymore. Okay, I'll give it a
I
try.
have like you said you have a functioning relationship, and then you say in the next sentence, I don't want to try to fix him and all this stuff anymore. There's a kind of contradiction for me in that.
Thank you. Feel joy about your clarity. And yeah. I'll try having this conversation with him.
What's your purpose, Jacqueline?
Really just to practice the box to box conversation. It could be with anybody, honestly. I've
Still
just
say box to box conversation.
yeah. Is that outside of the box to box conversation? Mm,
What's your hidden purpose?
Mhm.
honestly, what is my hidden purpose to have this conversation? It's like some kind of, yeah, a right and wrong war. and how he is just so committed to like already knowing the answer to everything and already having the right answer and how things should be. And while I experience him as an open-minded, curious person in a lot of ways, like there's certain things that he's just, I don't know, he's just so stuck there. And I feel fear that I don't really know how to relate to him other than engaging in this right or wrong war. Or just keeping it light and
So the
yeah.
hidden purpose is to like figure out how to navigate this right or wrong war.
The hidden purpose would be like to prove like he's wrong and I'm right.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
like
Got it. Got
how
it.
he needs fixing or yeah.
Got it.
And I guess I feel tired and already just thinking about trying to do this experiment. Like I don't see it going somewhere aside from three doorways and this is the end of the conversation. So maybe I'll pick someone else. Pick someone else.
Or you go to, have you ever revealed your real pain to your dad about this? Like the real pain, like the feeling. Whatever.
I don't know. I'll try that. Try it. Yeah, I already feel my gremlin is just like I'm falling asleep. Like yeah, telling a lot of stories. Like I'm bored of this already. Um, okay, who will be my father?
Well, I just wanna, will your gremlin sit down? Is it willing to sit down for now?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yeah, I feel like I'm contracted a bit. Like
Uh-huh.
let's
What
see.
is the feeling of that? What's the feeling?
Fear and I feel like a sadness coming. Um,
Yeah.
like hopeless. Like I don't.
Yes.
That's the
Go
door.
there. Yes.
Who's playing the role?
Um, I will have you Axios as my dad.
Okay.
His name is Richard.
Okay.
Mm,
Stay with just to the door, go back to the door where you just were before with the fear and the sadness.
The hopelessness.
oh. Mm. I it's like I don't even know what the words are to say.
Go with the feeling. Go
I,
with the feeling.
I
Just
feel
let the feeling come
I
up.
sad. I feel sad that I feel so stuck. I feel angry also. I feel really stuck that there's this like kind of defined way in which like just stuck in this one right way to relate, to communicate, like what matters. It's like you set the stage. Everything is inside of the world that you
Okay, beep.
I
So what do you do? What do you do? Don't s-
Yeah. It's
don't
a
try.
blank. It's blank.
Yeah. Reveal what you do to play your part in this.
Mm. Mm. And just kind of check out. I check out, and every time you ask like if I know what this thing is or that thing is, I'm just like angry and want to react and fight you. And then I just check out, like, I don't know, it's like I stop caring. I have to like stop caring when I'm around you. Like it just like to be half present to actually be with kind of the bullshit. Like there's all these walls up.
To be, what do you, Jacqueline, what do you mean by the bullshit? I don't understand.
And it's like all these just like that you just care about sports, or you just care about, reading the news, you care about reading the same newspapers every day, what it just like that's it. It's like the world, you're like pretend that your world is so big and it feels so fucking small. And you just do the same shit over and over again, and it's like I'm bored with it. Like I'm bored. I want to have another conversation with you about something else. And I want to feel you. Like I don't know how to feel you. I don't know how to feel in connection with you. Like I can only have a be in my mind with you, and then I doubt myself. Like if I want to feel with you, we will not meet, because it's like I'm trying to force you to feel things, and you just are obsessed with being in your mind. You're obsessed with knowing everything with your mind and playing mind games and debating, and I get bored of it. I get fucking bored. I get bored. And so I check out, and I see how distant we are these days. Like there's not like, cuz I'm not trying. Like I don't know what to talk about with you, and I enjoy the random like deep philosophical conversation we have. Like I enjoy those. And and I have this I have a story that you're really depressed and scared right now, and you would never actually admit it. That you're scared about what is the purpose of your life because you're floating around. And I see how you garden like so rigorously every day to like hide how fucking scared you are of like being purposeless. And it's like, even as I'm saying this, like I don't feel it. I can't feel with you. Like I'm checked out.
Jacqueline, I I hear you in all this, and I don't know what you want from me. I don't know. What do you want from me, Jacqueline?
Um, I want to feel your heart. I want to feel your heart.
Okay, I propose you go and feel his heart. You don't need his permission to do so.
I feel fear about like invading his space, doing that. Hmm. I feel angry at just like what's coming is like, so what? So what if I feel his heart? Like, so what? For what?
Yeah, good question. What do you want?
Hmm. I don't know.
Imagine, like, okay, we're putting a time limit. Imagine he's going to live 3 more days? What do you want?
To tell him how much I love him. Like I love you. I love you. And
Mm.
and like sometimes you really piss me off. And I know I really
Okay, I would beep this out. Is that what
Yeah.
your dad has 3 days to live? You want to tell him this? Is that really
It fe-
important?
yeah, it felt so good to hear your love, and then it just like you shit on it immediately.
Yeah.
Mm.
But there's pain there too. That's sweet. That's the pain.
Will you reveal the pain instead of shitting? Yeah.
I feel sad because I see so much aliveness and creativity in you, and I just I feel sad like you just sort of suppressed it or put it in this box, and it's so massive. I just feel like you're this creative power that you have and curiosity and like I feel sad that you limit yourself. I feel sad that you keep it small and sort of like gave up. Like I feel like you're giving up on life. And you just get comfortable with what you know so you can feel good about yourself. And it's like there's so much beyond what you know. There's so much like you have a really beautiful mind, and how your love for music and entrepreneurship and gardening and landscaping, and it's like the possibilities feel so endless with you, and yet I just see you playing so small, and I want to know all these other parts of you. I want to know them. I want to be inspired by them. And you come home and you sit and watch the same shit on the TV every night.
3 days.
Yeah,
What
Yeah,
else did
yeah,
you
don't
say
go
about
back
it?
to that old story.
I don't want you to waste it. I want to know all these parts of you.
Yes, 3 days. There's not much. How can you do that? How can you know them? Or I think it's not even knowing them. It's about, there's something about it feels like a bit, there's something in you actually that you're also grieving. Is there something that this touches in you?
Yeah, it's like this wasted potential. I don't want to waste my potential. I
Yeah.
want to let my fire for life and creativity just explode. I don't want to go to sleep on it. I don't want to get comfortable. And I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared that I might do that.
I wonder if there's something like be- you have, like I'm like you there, something like that.
What do you mean?
Relate
Is
to.
there a sentence that would go in the lines of I'm like you. I'm I'm s- I'm having all this potential, and maybe I even got it from you.
Yeah,
I don't know, something along that.
yeah,
It's like offering a bridge, like a yeah, like a bridge to your heart.
yeah, life is so precious and I feel so blessed, including that you're my father,
Hmm.
and I just I am like you. I don't want to I feel sad like when you don't create, when you don't say yes to life, when you don't expand, it's like I feel part of me getting smaller.
What part?
My being, like this part of me that has such depth for taking risks and being bold and aliveness and like believing literally anything is possible, like make like no limitations and and
Yeah.
ev- and when I don't when when I don't know, it's like so easy to just give up on it. And it's like I don't need you, but I want you to help me like keep that spark alive in me.
Mm-hmm.
I want that. I want that. I'm inspired by you when you create. I'm inspired by you when you go first, when you read a book, when you explore new territory. It's like specifically about creation and things that are new, like inventing. Like there's just so much capacity that you have that I also have. It's like I want to see you inventing. I don't want to see you just like getting smaller inside of this like mechanical thing. Like go.
Okay, wait. So it seems like there's a part in you from your childhood that would have needed more of that from your dad. And you're still trying to make him do it.
Mm.
And that's he has 3 days to live. Like we're still in this experiment. Forget about it. He will not make it. He will never make, like, what is there to say if he will never make it for you?
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I feel scared to say it here, but something like, yeah, I wanna inspire you. I wanna, yeah, like make you proud. I wanna make you so happy that you raised someone like me who wants to go out in the world and like grab it by the horns or whatever and make my wildest dreams come true. And I want to do it in this scrappy way, and I'm gonna do it with a team, and I'm gonna do it with purpose to really to help. And I'm so glad that you spent so many years wanting to help, even though it didn't make a lot sense in some ways that you did it, but like I want that you went and you helped all these kids in schools and that they needed better teachers and better systems that supported them. I was inspired by that you care about people who, yeah, just help people who couldn't somehow help themselves.
I think you feel more about this, or there's something else. You see a part in your dad there.
Yeah, it's so hard to speak with you without like wanting to criticize you alongside appreciating you.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything that I want to appreciate, there's always like this other part that has something to say about it. And I learned that from you about how to be really critical.
Mm-hmm. And how about you say, and I think you have the same pain inside that makes you do that as me.
Yeah, I do think you have the same pain. Because I fucking hate you for this, and I think you hated your mother for this. And how wounded and angry you are that you need to go around and criticize everyone. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. I want to
How
be
about
people,
you say, and I'm also like that?
Mm.
and I am also like that. Yeah, especially with the people that are close to me. I criticize them and I expect so much of them and for them to be perfect and I put them in a box like the one right way they should be. And I can't I can't fully feel their being. I can't fully be with them because of that.
Yeah.
And
Can I say something? Something about understanding your dad more through this, maybe.
did you ever feel like you were really with people? Were you ever really with people?
Was I ever really with people?
Yeah, did you ever feel connected to them?
You know, Jacqueline. You can just speak from your seeing him. So my sense is this is not the time for a question yet, but for I don't know, saying something about how that criticalness is like like you have the same wound. Like he had a mother who was critical, you have had a dad who's critical, and you can understand him, can meet him in not longer as a father and a child, but as an adult with another adult who made this experience of this pain.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I Yeah, it's like when I'm with those people who are so close to me. I feel sad that I just pick them apart. Like I want to pick them apart. Because I have some image of them that they need to meet. And it's so small. It feels so small. It's so small and limiting. And it's like I'm not just like standing there marveling at them, watching them soar and fly. Well, I'm starting to do this more. I'm learning how to do this. Learning how it's like the sensation. Sometimes I feel like the person who's like my partner, my closest friend, it's like this assumption that they would be the first person to go against me. It's like I'm waiting for them to go against me, like to fight me or want to like see me fucking fail.
Okay, wait a second. I feel like, I mean, that could be a great other conversation to just share how it's going for you. I don't know if he would get it. I don't know about this, but there was something about this criticalness that can you see that this wound is connecting you?
Yeah.
This wound could be something which connects you. You have the same wound.
Mm.
can you go to that place where it connects you both? You see someone with the same wound, like the same thing happened to him like to you.
Yeah, it's really tough. I think it feels really brutal. Yeah, there's part of me that's like, it's glad, like, that I'm tough, that I am tough, and also it was fucking tough. It is tough. Like, I have to be so hard around you.
Okay, I feel like you shifted a bit back from really taking responsibility and creating love now to being more in the okay, what the other stuff, the
Blame.
and it's okay. Like maybe that was how how far it went today. I don't know.
I do wonder, like, this toughness, like, how was it for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. It was really tough, Jacqueline. It's been really tough.
You say something else about it?
I feel sad too, Jacqueline. I wish I would show up differently too. I know there's ways that yeah, I can be rigid in that way. Mm.
I know. I know we only have a couple days left together, and I want to be soft with you. Yeah, I want to be gentle with you and just appreciate you. Like, you don't always have to be tough. There's something else there too. And I want to do that with you. Will you do it? Will you try it out with me?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
You.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Kian. Thank you, Axios. Axios, will you somehow unbecome Richard?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
Thank you.
Oh,
I admit I wasn't expecting that. Mhm.
I feel proud of you, just like really going into it and staying with it, especially since from where you started to like, oh, I don't even want to go. Like I'm falling asleep to like just really being in it and really sharing, taking responsibility and yeah, feeling the pain and being able to communicate it in a way that is like very like a bridge to you.
Yeah, I think I will try having some kind of conversation with him about this because I have the sensation that he's just kind of, kind of giving up on something. And I don't want him to give up. Yeah.
And yeah, there's like a slight tinge of fear in that, and like there's yeah, that like yeah, you don't want him to give up. And there's what I'm hearing in this is like when you come from your pain and him giving up, then like that it's not about him, it's about what is you
Mm,
and like what you're wanting to share with him, the pain that you're holding in your heart. That's what I'm getting from this.
mm,
Mhm.
It's not about you taking responsibility for his lack of action, his lack of taking responsibility. You're taking responsibility and inviting him into that with you.
mm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And just try this trick out. Like you have 3 days with him. Like that really shifted something in how I relate to my mother, at least.
Mm.
You don't need to tell them.
Maybe
Just
we'll
start
try
doing
it
it.
with him. He probably would get a kick out of it, honestly. So maybe try it with him. Mm. Yeah, sharing my pain about it. Yeah, I will try that out. Thank you.
And in some way, we don't know how long we have. Like we just live in this fantasy that we have so much time. And that really holds a lot of the things back that could be spoken and makes other things more important also that are actually not so important.
Mm.
Thank you for bringing that distinction, Kian. The impermanence. It's like, yes. Yeah. I'm like curious, is that a bright principle? Can like impermanence, is that?
I haven't heard of that as being a bright principle. I would rather see that as a, I don't know, a fundamental quality of reality,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
Get something like
Yeah.
maybe perhaps evolution, like things are always changing. And at the same time, I'm intrigued by your question. I say go check it out.
Mhm.
Yes. And there are these practices. I think there's also one in possibility management, but in also in Carlos Castaneda's work, there's this hold the death close to you on your left side and and let yourself be informed by him what is really important.
Mhm. Mm. Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of death,
Yes.
Is there
that we
anything,
die together.
is there anything else to put into the space before this chapter comes to a close?
I want to say another thing I was thinking about before and during this space is these different stages I went through with my parents, and it seems like there's like a momentum. And at the beginning, I had this, okay, I need to get out there, no connection for 2 years or something like this. Overall I had no contact. And in this time I did my healing work, and from time to time tried to bring stuff in and created big messes and just dramas. And now I feel at a point where, at least with my mother, I haven't tried it with my dad yet, but it's on my list. I also can start speaking, like creating what I want to like create. And the like what I said is like there's such a value in being able to experience love with my parents, with this, like there's something that goes deep through my whole system where I just make this experience that like my generational stuff baggage is being healed, my family system, through that work with being able to feel in the old dynamics and not fight.
Mm.
And yeah, and I wonder about this because I have never read anything about this. It's all about get out of the parents' bubble, get out there, see you later. You don't need to, they're not on your bench. Your parents are not on your bench
Hmm.
to work with or to solve their problems.
Hmm.
And there's something happening at the moment which seems so healing. That's my 2 cents about it.
Thank you, Kian.
Thank you, Kian. I'm, I'm, I get something like, I don't think there's rules about how it's supposed to go. And if you have, parents on your bench, that's so beautiful. And I feel glad for you. And it's something like I hear that it's like get out of their bubble, but it's like, yeah, it's like if you have sort of elders on your bench who raised you, you know, awesome. And it seems,
Okay. I just want to
yeah.
clarify. I meant by on your workbench. It's like a saying. You have your archetypal lineage, and you have a workbench to work with, and your parents are not on your workbench to
Ah,
work with.
yes.
That's what I mean.
Like they're not a job to take care of.
Yes.
Yes, I see. Hmm.
And I'm not about, this is not about rules, but about maps. I'm curious about maps, about something like this.
Mm. Mm. Hmm. Will you share any maps that you discover or unfold them with the village?
Yes.
Yay. Glad. Hmm.
And I'm just gonna end by saying thank you both for, yeah, being with me in this, and also just like, just it feels, yeah, I feel like I'm on a team with you guys, and just seeing you just, yeah, showing up with your parents in this space, just yeah, just seeing the love and like the love and the pain and the commitment to yourself and your relationships. Like that feels really inspiring over here.
Mm.
And I want to be able to feel, like I saw you both just like really crying and like letting your hearts really open. And yeah, there's a way in which I feel like I'm still holding back something back here and wanting to, yeah, open my heart more, let it break and let it open and let it do whatever it needs to do, whatever it, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it wants to do yet, but we'll find out.
Feel love for you, for the space. And yeah.
Thank you both. I was so surprised and the deepening of, yes, the love and the care and possibility in this space the whole time. Thank you for journeying together. See you in the next one.
Yeah, see you then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.